Coming to you live from the JRE Tobacco Aladino Mobile Studios, it's the Cigar Pulpit.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another sermon from the Cigar Pulpit. I'm the Bishop of the Bird, Nick, and today we're getting back to something we haven't done in a while. We're going to do a little bit of Ask the Pulpit. I've got a couple of calls on the hotline all queued up and ready, and assuming this goes well, I will be answering your listener calls shortly. But first, let's smoke a cigar. And so today we will be smoking something that I have a box of. It's the one box press cigar I've ever bought a box of, and that is the Perla Del Mar Corojo in the box toro size. This is a 6.2 by 54 toro featuring an Nicaraguan Corojo seed wrapper. Well, I'm sorry. It's a well. Now this is weird. I'm getting conflicting notes here. One is saying Nicaragua, then down in the paragraph it says that it is a Corojo seed wrapper grown in Ecuador. So we're going to go with that. We're going to say it's a Corojo seed wrapper grown in Ecuador with Nicaraguan binder and filler. Coming to us from the fine folks at JC Newman. And like I said, it's the one and only box press cigar I've ever bought a box of. So, it's got that going for it. Anyway, but it's time to cut the cigar, and the official cutting is brought to you by 2guyscigars.com. That's the number 2guyscigars.com. Two Guys have been around for 40 years, and they are the trusted name in the cigar industry. Everybody knows Two Guys, but if you don't, please give them a try. You will not be sorry. Family owned and operated, 2guyscigars.com does the very best to provide a great selection, fair prices, and awesome customer service. There is nothing more you could possibly ask for in a cigar website. I dare you, I defy you to try and find something else that you could ask for in a cigar website. Please go to 2guyscigars.com for your next cigar purchase. Make sure that you tell them in the little comment section on the page when you're checking out. Make sure you tell them that the Cigar Pulpit sent you. And remember, that's the number 2guyscigars.com. And with that, it's time to go ahead and cut the cigar. I am looking forward to this because I have not had a cigar for the last few days. So I had my son this weekend, and it was a very busy weekend. It was Father's Day weekend, so, hopefully all the fathers out there in pulpit land, you guys had a wonderful weekend and managed to relax and enjoy yourself somewhat. It's always funny to me, and I'm not saying this in any sort of a sexist way. I respect all of the mothers out there, but it's funny how Mother's Day is one of the top days to go out to eat in restaurants, but yet Father's Day is one of the days that the father is expected to slave over the grill or the smoker or whatever for hours and hours and hours to prep their food. I don't know. Maybe it seems a little backward to me. Maybe both days should be days that we go out to eat. But on the flip side, I guess it's one of those things. Maybe guys like Dave and the Smoking Butts and Tappin' Ash crew, maybe they really enjoy, the grilling and the cooking and the smoking and everything, to where maybe that's something that's fun to do that, I don't know. I went down a rabbit hole here. We're just going to move on. We're going to get the cigar going. And we're going to enjoy ourselves here. Ooh, what was that on the cold draw? What is that? It's like a cookie or it's like a cookie or like a grahamish cracker, but not graham cracker. It's got a cookie component to it on the cold draw. That's interesting. It's very weird. Sometimes flavor notes hit me, and I may have smoked that cigar, tons of times prior, and maybe that flavor note has never hit before, and then that one time, man, that's all it takes, and And at that point, you know, you get that flavor note, and it's what you get from that cigar. So, anyway, now that we got that lit up, let's see what else is going on. Yeah, so got that cigar lit up, and we're digging that. No, so Father's Day, I had a wonderful time with my son. You know, we had a low key weekend. There's a lot going on here. I'm not getting into details because a lot can change in a very short period of time. So I don't want to do that. But suffice to say, there's a lot going on here, and so it was very nice to have a low key weekend with my kid and just kind of chill. So hopefully the fathers out there in pulpit land, you had the opportunity to do the same. So let's go ahead and jump right into, like I said, this is a segment that's been gone for a while. I'm looking forward to its return, and let's just go ahead and jump right into it. It's the return of the newly rebranded Ask the Pulpit.
Shall we play a game?
You talking to me? I have a question for you.
You gotta ask me nicely.
Ask me about my winner.
You got a question? You ask the 8-ball.
Come on, sucker. Let's get it on.
Okay, guys, for the last few days, I've been soliciting your calls, and you have called the hotline and helped me out, and I appreciate that. Which, if you wish to jump into this segment in the future and take part, the hotline number is area code 863-874-0000. My thoughts on this, this used to be a weekly segment. Then it went to a monthly segment, and then I had issues with the app, and it kind of disappeared from fall of last year to now. I think I've got this figured out. I hope. I really, really hope. But anyway, we're gonna see. And anyway, the what I'm saying though is that I don't really know how I want to handle the frequency of it. So I think what I'm gonna do is we're just gonna make this a segment that happens when it happens. And what that means is if I have calls, I'll do the segment. If I don't have calls, I won't do the segment. So if you guys enjoy this listener interaction, if you enjoy, the calls and the whatever else and everything, call the hotline. Area code 863-874-0000. If this is not your thing, don't call the hotline. That's the thing. It'll only happen if there's calls. So anyway, but I have 3 calls today. So we're going to go ahead and start with the first one here. And we'll go from there. So first call on the hotline on the new Ask the Pulpit.
Hey, this is Dakota. I don't know if we're supposed to give real names. Either way, how you doing? This is Dakota. I'm over here in Tennessee. I don't know what all stuff I'm supposed to tell you. But I'm calling the number that you gave on that one episode with Mr. Pulaski. And anyway, I had a question. So I'm the guy that wrote in or posted on the parishioners that said, I was going to tell y'all how the Remington the Mountaineer was made by Gurkha. And it was potentially the second worst cigar because it was ammonia, and more ammonia. It was absolutely terrible. Now, the thing was, that was a Habano, so I guess I got a question about a Habano because I'm kind of new, right? So I can't recall the last Habano that I smoked other than that one. Well, I have another, I guess, I don't know, imposter cigar they've been called recently. But it's BDL. The band is modeled after LFD, but I smoked the BDL Connecticut, and it was good. It was enjoyable. I had no complaints about it. Well, now I'm smoking the BDL Habano because they got a Connecticut Habano and Maduro. Well, I taste ammonia with this Habano. And I don't know now, do all Habanos have a slight ammonia taste? The Connecticut had 0 on the BDL line. But this Habano, I can taste it. It's way better than the Mountaineer was. That was absolutely horrendous. Second worst cigar I smoked. But I guess that's my question. Do a lot of Habanos have a little bit of underlying ammonia taste? Anyway, that was my attempt at calling in. Peace.
Well, thanks for the call, Dakota. And, I remember your posts about both the Remington and the BDL. So, first of all, as it relates to just the cigars you're smoking in general, look, man, there's nothing wrong with a cigar that is budget affordable. And tastes good. So if you're into the BDL Connecticut, then smoke them till you got, till you're out of them. I mean, they're great. If you like it. Obviously the Habano is not striking your fancy, in both that or the Remington. I always shit on Gurkha, so realistically, that shouldn't come as a surprise when I say that friends don't let friends smoke Gurkha. But in terms of Habano having a ammonia flavor to it, not good Habano. One of my favorite cigars, one of my go-tos, one of the ones that I go to on the regular, is the Perdomo Habano Sun-Grown. Now I'll do it in either the Epicure or the Churchill size, so the Toro or the Churchill size. But let me tell you, I'm not getting ammonia off of that cigar. There is I smoke a lot of Habano. I smoke a lot of sun-grown cigars, and let me tell you, I don't get ammonia off the ones I'm smoking. So I think maybe if you are questioning whether or not you like Habano, and again, I'm not criticizing your effort to find a affordable, budget-friendly cigar that you can enjoy, because trust me, with the state of the world and the economy as it is, we could all definitely find some good affordable cigars. I would say that, maybe try and find something a little bit up on the quality chain from the Remington or the BDL before you decide you don't like a specific type of tobacco, and, go from there. So, yeah, give it a shot. Maybe try one of the Perdomo Habano. Yeah, and the Perdomo Habano line actually comes in, a shade. It comes in the sun-grown and a Maduro. So you can even try the different types of cigars within the Habano line. So if you find a retailer that carries that Perdomo Habano line, you can smoke the gamut and see which one you like the best. I would recommend that before you give up on Habano in general. Because like I said, man, I'm not getting that ammonia taste. Now, when it comes to Gurkha, yeah, Gurkha cigars all fucking taste the same. Now, I don't know how if the Remington tastes like a Gurkha cigar, but by and large, in my opinion, all Gurkha cigars taste like basement and grandma's basement specifically, musty and gross. And typically, construction on at least the ones that I've encountered, construction's been bad and everything else. So I would not recommend anything that's by Gurkha. I'm very curious as to what the worst cigar you've ever smoked is. You said that the Remington was the second worst cigar you've ever smoked, and you said that a couple times, and I'm just kind of curious as to what the worst cigar you've ever smoked is, because that's worthy of a. So I don't know. Maybe shoot me an email, shoot me a DM, shoot me something that tells me, because, I don't want to needlessly shit on a cigar, but But I am very curious as to what the worst cigar you ever smoked is. Anyway, but thank you for the call, Dakota. Dakota has been a newer, more frequent poster in the parishioners group, and I appreciate that. I like the interaction. I like the the input, and you and Teddy need to get together and have a cigar, because I think you're both down in that same general area of Memphis there. So anyway, moving on to the next call here.
I heard that Trey Mack kisses boys and wears a lacy thong. What is his favorite color thong? We'd love to know.
Wow. I would like to know that myself. And so here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a bit of fun for a moment. I don't know. I cannot guarantee. This is live and unscripted. I have no idea what's going to happen here. So we're going to give this a shot. We're going to see what happens. We're going to give Trey Mack a call, and we're going to ask him.
Your call has been forwarded to...
Well, shit. We're going to text him. Okay. He said, call you back. Okay, please do have important question for you. So, okay. So, Trey Mack is going to give me a call back. So, we'll put a pin in that call. Hopefully, we will get back to it here shortly. Because I would like to know what his favorite color thong is. Anyway, kisses boys and wears lacy thongs. So, all right. Well, let's go on to the last call that we have, and then we can hopefully circle back to find out the answer to the one prior.
Hey, Nick, this is listener Jay.
Sure, Jay.
I learned from listening to the last two episodes with Mr. Ed Sullivan and with Dave that, one, taking a cigar pick is like taking a dick pic. It's all about the angle, the lighting, and focus. Got to get it right to make it look good. And two, congratulations on being 2 minute, man. Get yours, get in. Got to do what you got to do. Hey, it's not about how long you last, it's about getting in first. Also, thanks for bringing us back. It's always a good segment. Hope it makes it through. Stay smoky.
I'm not going to lie, Jay. I caught the first half of that. I'm not entirely sure what you were congratulating me for. And I'm not entirely I'm thinking, you were thanking for having to ask the pulpit back. Congratulations. And the fucking voice transcript on this thing is useless. It says, congratulations on the internet, and get your is gated and guarded, which guy to hay. So, like, you gotta love the useless voice transcription. Anyway, thanks, I guess, for the congratulations. It's funny. So in terms of, it's no secret that I've been on the dating apps, and dick pics come up in conversation sometimes, mostly because women are afraid of them, and I'm usually reassuring that I do not send them. And one of my frequent jokes about, like, oh yeah, you'll never get a dick pic from me. I don't know my lighting or my angles. And it's partially true. I mean, I've never attempted it, because who wants that? Seriously, in all fairness, who wants a dick pic? It makes no sense to me. I have this whole like theory that I've come up with, and this is so awkward. But if we drill down people into 4 quadrants, and that's oversimplifying things in this complicated world that we live in these days, and I'm talking about this in Pride Month and everything. So I mean, maybe maybe this is going to get me canceled because I'm only drilling it down into 4 segments. But, you have straight men, you have straight women, you have gay men, and you have gay women, lesbians. Now, dick pics, they only appeal to a certain percentage of those quadrants. Straight men, no interest in dick pics. Straight women, perhaps a percentage might be interested, but I would hazard to say that very few of them are interested in unsolicited dick pics. I think they have to ask. And in my experience on the dating apps, that has never been the case. So I would say that, I would say that that's important. Anyway, don't send unsolicited. In terms of gay men, as a straight man, I cannot speak to that. Perhaps they're all about receiving dick pics. But I'm going to go so far as to say that they're probably similar to straight women in that unsolicited are probably not welcomed. So we will say that a percentage of straight women and a percentage of gay men. Gay women are probably very similar to straight men in that they don't want them at all. So you have a at best 50-50 of the quadrants. But I know it's not 50-50. I know it's probably more like, a small sliver here and a small sliver there, to where you might have, 20% of the total population I'm talking about interested in receiving a dick pic. Now, let's talk about booby pics. Now, the thing there, everybody loves boobs. Straight men, they're all happy to get a booby pic. Straight women, they may not look at it in the same way in terms of like sexually. It may not be a sexual thing. But straight women, not all of them, but if they're being honest, straight women can appreciate a nice pair of boobs. Same with gay men. Gay men will appreciate a nice pair of boobs. And gay women, they're probably in the same category as straight men, to where they're going to be into a nice pair of boobs. So, my takeaway from this, dick pics, not universal. Booby pics are pretty much universal. So, there you go. We can move on from that. So, anyway, what do we have going on here? You know what? Late breaking news. Literally as it happened. You heard the text tone literally as it happened. I want to be the first one to publicly congratulate Ken Clarich of Ash and Ale Cigars down in Palm Coast, Florida, for becoming a grandfather this morning. He has a wonderful little, looks like baby girl, Eva James, and she was born this morning. So, Ken, congratulations. I am so happy for you. That's awesome. I am so happy. Everybody needs to throw up a little bit of smoke for Ken today. That's awesome. Now, granted, this episode is going to come out on Tuesday, so it'll have been a day already by the time it happened. But you know what? That's okay. Ken, congratulations on becoming a grandfather. That's awesome. Still waiting to hear back from Trey Mac. So I'm going to put a pin in that call, and I will circle back to it if we hear from Trey Mac. But for right now, let's go ahead and close out Ask the Pulpit. I am really digging the Perla Del Mar Corojo. It has a little bit of the Corojo spice. It's funny. Corojo is one of those tobaccos that a lot of different companies use. But it's not something that's universal. In that, I would say like this Corojo doesn't taste and smoke like an Aladino Corojo, for example. It is different in that regard, and so it's fun to try different cigars from different companies that use similar tobaccos because they do different things for them. The tobaccos come from different regions, different growers, things of that nature, and so they all have different components to it. There is some Corojo spice to this, but there's also Nicaraguan binder and filler to it as well. And so, it could be that Nicaraguan spice coming through. But all in all, fantastic cigar. I love the Perla Del Mar Corojo. It's always a good time. Let's do this now. It's time for the Villiger Cigars Entertainment Report, brought to you by
Villiger.
Villiger Cigars, one of the leading cigar and cigarello manufacturers in the world, founded in 1888 and still family-owned and operated. Head over to VilligerCigars.com and check the store locator to find a shop near you that carries them. We guarantee that Villiger Cigars will be a wonderful addition to your humidor and cigar rotation. Okay, guys, so in terms of what I've been watching lately, I obviously have been watching a lot of Storybots and Thomas and Clifford the Big Red Dog, having my son for a lot of time here lately. So during the summers, I get him after his summer school program for about 3 hours, and so there's some time obviously there that we're hanging out. But then also, I've got my weekends, and then in June, I have both of my regular weekends, but then also Father's Day weekend because it's Father's Day. So like I'm loving June in terms of time with my son because I get a lot of it. But on the flip side, it also means that my adult entertainment is, and I don't mean that in a pornographic way, but my adult themed entertainment is definitely cut back. However, I did manage to do a rewatch of Godzilla -1 yesterday. It is now available on Netflix, so if you're remotely interested in that, give that a shot. It is not your typical Godzilla movie. If you're thinking that you're going into this and it's going to be like, it's just a Godzilla movie, it's not. It is a very, very character-driven, very political kind of movie, dealing with kind of the thought and theme of government and how it will use its people, and how it'll sometimes leave its people high and dry, and then the people have to fend for themselves, and it's the people that will rally and the people that will make a country, not the government that makes a country. So it's there's a lot to it. And then obviously there's a giant monster that's stomping Tokyo. So, you got that going on too. Anyway, it's a fun movie. There's a lot to it. I really do dig it. So if you're remotely interested in one of the better written, better done Godzilla movies, check out Godzilla -1 on Netflix. Now, the default when you watch it is an English dub, and when I saw it in the theater, it was not dubbed. It was English subtitled. Personally, I would recommend, having now watched it both ways, I'd recommend the English subtitle. It's maybe a little distracting at first, but it doesn't take long to get used to, and it's better than the English dub. The English dub is where you end up with the whole like, oh no, Godzilla's attacking, where the lips don't match, the mouth or the voice. And it's close at times to where I almost had to wonder if maybe they like somehow CG'd the lips to look like they're saying what they're saying in English. But I don't think that's the case. I think that there were just a few times where it actually did kind of come close enough to where you questioned it. I do think it was just kind of a. It wasn't bad. It was maybe a little overly dramatic at times. Um, so I would recommend the Japanese language with the English subtitles myself. Um, Otherwise, what else have I watched lately? I really haven't had time to watch much. Like I was saying at the beginning before I started the Ask the Pulpit segment, there's a lot going on here lately, and good things. Don't get me wrong, good things. Things that I can hopefully announce to you guys here in the next little bit. But let's put it this way: anybody who's followed the show for not too terribly long, you know that I've got a lot going on in my life, and hopefully some fairly major things are gonna fall into place here soon, to where I can settle down just a bit. Let's put it that way. So we'll see. We'll see. Knock on wood, and a few other different building materials. Hopefully things come together here shortly, and some significant changes can take place. Anyway, I don't know if I'm going to hear from Trey Mac. This is kind of coming together slowly. Anyway, I was planning on holding off on the 3 cigars I smoked and enjoyed this week's segment, since this is just a solo effort. I also made the mistake of not reviewing the calls beforehand, so I didn't realize that one of them was only 8 seconds long and was asking about Trey Mac's favorite thong color. So I thought I would have 3 full questions to answer and address, and instead I only kind of had, 2, because I went on my dick pic versus booby pic rant. But yeah, I'm kind of stretching for time here, so let's go ahead and do it.
Guess what, motherfucker?
It's time for 3 cigars we smoked and enjoyed this week, and let me bring up my list. I have been enjoying the fact that I have been keeping this list. This has been very, very helpful for me in terms of being able to remember what I have been smoking lately. And I'm going to go ahead and add the Perla Del Mar Corojo Toro to the list. That way I don't forget. So let's go back over the last couple of days. Now, I did not smoke anything yesterday, and I did not smoke anything. I really haven't smoked a lot the last few days, so I'm going to have to go back just a smidge. So we're going to go back, and we're going to start with the Punch Golden Era. It is a nice, smooth cigar. Nice smooth cigar brought to you by the fine folks at Punch, but also brought to you by Julio Aroa at Aladino. He partnered with Punch, and he did the blend for the Golden Era. And so if you're looking for a Punch cigar that has a kind of a twist of Aladino to it, it doesn't have that Aladino Corojo, mind you, but it's kind of got that kind of Julio Aroa touch. Give the Punch Golden Era a try. I'd actually say it's probably my favorite cigar that Punch puts out. They have a signature cigar that I think has like a white band on it. That one's pretty good, but I do dig the Golden Era more. The next one that I wanted to highlight is one that I picked up. I was running out and about, and I found myself at the grocery store, of all places. And the grocery store had just a cabinet humidor, and I had to have the checkout lady open it up. It was locked. I had to have the checkout lady open it up, and she's standing there and kind of not judgingly. I don't want to say she was judging me, but she was just kind of standing there, and I quickly had to purchase something. So in this case, I grabbed something that I saw, that I recognized, that I knew I had smoked before, and generally the flavor notes on it hit, well. And that was the H. Upman by A.J. Fernandez. Kind of a teal, I believe, teal and yellow or teal and gold band to it. And, it smoked really, really well. It was good in a pinch. It was what I wanted. And it was a nice way for me to kind of end my day after not having a cigar with me. And finally, the last one that I smoked and enjoyed this week was going back to one that I had mentioned earlier, the Perdomo Habano Sun-Grown Churchill. I actually smoked quite a few of those this week, according to this list. I would say that it definitely hit the spot. It's one of my go-tos. So Dakota, I know you've had some bad experiences with Habano lately. That would be my one to try and give a shot to. It's got a nice, good kind of spicy component to it because it is Nicaraguan. But I personally have not gotten any sort of ammonia component from a Perdomo Habano Sun-Grown. That would be my recommendation if you want to try a Habano cigar. So, anyway, that's been 3 cigars we smoked and enjoyed this week. Let's talk about Fucking Good Coffee. Fucking Good Coffee, guys, you can go on over to fuckinggoodcoffee.com. You can try any one of Nick's different coffee blends. He's got coffee for every palate, from light roast to dark roast, medium roast, all the roasts in between. He's got all kinds of different, I don't want to call them flavored coffees. Maybe he does have some flavored coffees. I know he does like a pumpkin spice in the fall, and I think he does something around Christmas time as well. But by and large, they're not anything there that you can't handle, and they're good. So they all pair well with cigars, and you're going to want to try them, especially the Lounge Blend. The Lounge Blend pairs very well with cigars. Hang on one second, guys. It looks like the friendly UPS man is coming up. I've missed him the last couple of days, and looks like I've got a package arriving from the fine folks at JC Newman. How about that? We're getting cigars coming right here at the thing. Is there a... Oh, okay, cool. Works the same. There you go. Well, kind of. Thank you much. Take it easy, man. All right. This is cool. Live and on the show here. We're getting a box from JC Newman. Gotta love that, So, I missed him the last couple of days because you know how it is with cigars, man. You gotta have that that adult signature in order to get it. But yeah, so no. Thanks, JC Newman. I don't know what this is, but timed out really well because I am sitting here enjoying the Perla Del Mar. So. Anyway, going back to Fucking Good Coffee, guys, there's a lot going on here today, guys. You have no idea. Going back to Fucking Good Coffee, make sure you head on over to fuckinggoodcoffee.com. Give them a try. Get that coffee sent to you. It's a wonderful way to pair a very nice beverage with your favorite cigar. In terms of the socials, I'm available on Instagram at The Cigar Pulpit. I'm available on Facebook, where we have the Pulpit Parishioners group. I'm on Twitter/X, where I don't really do much, but, maybe one day. YouTube, where you can watch this. You can watch me get a package from UPS. And, we can go from there. And, anyway, and Ask the Boys. Area code 863-874-0000. Get your questions in. And, we can keep this segment going, on the regular. It's one of those things where, like I said, when I have a bank of calls, I can do one of these shows. If I have I'll probably wait. I'm probably not going to do the segment like on the regular where I only have one call. I'll probably let a few of them bank up, but it'd be nice to be able to do this maybe like twice a month or something like that. So get your calls in, get your questions, get your comments, get your, whatever, and we can go from there. And I'm still waiting to hear back from Trey. I'm going to be slightly upset if he calls after I finish recording. You know what? I'm going to text him real quick. I'm recording and have a question for you I need answered on the show. Do you have just 30 seconds? We'll see if he calls back with that. So yeah. So okay. So we will see if he gets back to me. 'Cause I'd really like to go ahead and get the answer to that question out of the way so that I don't have to circle back to it myself later. I'd like to hear it from the horse's mouth. What the answer to that is. Because I don't want these questions hanging out there. I'm about halfway on this Perla Del Mar Corojo. I'm talking too much, so it does keep going out on me. But guys, if you're on the YouTube, you're seeing this thing's a smokestack. Kicks off a ton of smoke. The draw on it's amazing. Construction on it's great because even though I am talking too much and having to relight it, my burn line is really pretty straight. The ash on it, even though I am talking too much and whatever, it holds on really well to where I do have to kind of tap the ash in order to get it to knock off so I can get it relit. Flavor on it has been really, really good. Like I said, there's a reason this is the only box press cigar that I've bought a box of. It was now granted I did buy it at El Relo when I was down in Tampa taking the factory tour. So, of course you're in the mood to be buying something from them at that moment, but still, there were other round cigars I could have purchased, but by God, this Perla Del Mar, it just hit so well. And they did such a great job with the rebranding of it. They've knocked it out of the park with a couple of those here lately. They rebranded this. They did the El Baton. I believe they did some work with Cuesta Rey, kind of revitalizing that brand, kind of sprucing it up a little bit. And, there's just so much about it that JC Newman's been doing right here lately that, I say lately, I mean the last, however many years. But it's been a real pleasure to sit and watch that because they make such great products. And if I had a knife with me right now, I would crack open this box and see what they sent me. But I don't, so you're all just going to have to wait and wonder in amazement. So anyway, such is life. Yeah. What is going on here? Oh, well, okay. So I did get a call, but it wasn't. Oh, okay. And Trey Max says, sure, but not this second. Can you give me an ETA? Okay. All right. Well, I don't know if I'm going to get the Trey Mac answer at this moment. It looks like the Trey Mac answer might have to wait until the next episode. I may have to coordinate an answer for you there. So, to anonymous caller who called in requesting to know what Trey Mac's favorite thong color is, I I'm gonna have to put you on hold for that for right now. So anyway, yeah, I think we've probably covered all bases. So I know it's kind of a short one. Like I said, kind of thought I had 3 questions I could have really gone on, and I kind of only had 2. So I enjoyed bringing this back. I enjoyed having the Ask the Pulpit back. So hopefully, like I said, hopefully you guys give a call in and circle back and express yourselves. Let me know what you're thinking. I like to hear the questions. I like to hear the thoughts and whatever else. So anyway, I'm not going to ramble on any further. I'm going to let you guys go. But give the Perla Del Mar Corojo a try if you haven't. And otherwise, this has been another sermon from the Cigar Pulpit. I'm Nick. Everybody, stay safe and stay smoky. Okay, guys, so this is the Easter egg to this episode. I'm tacking this on at the end because Trey Mack, while I was finishing my cigar, he called me. How you doing, Trey?
I'm doing excellent. Couldn't be better.
Good. So, we had a call in to the Ask the Pulpit hotline, all right? I'm doing an Ask the Pulpit episode, and an anonymous caller called in and said that you like to kiss boys and wear fancy thongs. And the question is, what is your favorite color thong?
Whose question was this?
I don't know. It was anonymous. I will be happy to forward you the recording, but you might recognize the voice. But no, they called in, and it was an 8-second call. They said that you like to kiss boys and wear fancy thongs, and their question specifically is, what color thong do you like the most?
Did that person's voice sound like, an object had been rammed down their throat for several years?
Are you trying to imply that it was Joel?
Yeah.
It was not Joel. I can tell you that much.
Well, I feel like whoever it is.
I love that we both just rolled Joel under the fucking bus there. Out of nowhere, Joel just gets hit by... He's somewhere selling cigars, and he's just like, damn, what was that, brother?
They're talking about me slurping Slingus.
I mean, he's a pro wrestler. There's got to be some of that. But anyway, so...
Okay, this caller knows me too well.
Oh, fuck. Okay.
How much... what the fuck do I say here? I do not kiss boys, so that part can go away.
Okay, I was going to say, I'm like, I have a few thoughts as to what you could say here, but you just hit one of them. Okay, all right, good.
But, I've always had, like, a bunch of thongs. Male thongs, female thongs, you never know.
Yeah, I mean, no, you don't. And you want to feel fancy.
Yeah, I can tell you the first thong I got, because it was a Hooters waitress bought it for me.
Okay.
I'll let you guess what that one was.
I mean, I'm going to guess that it's one from maybe like the Hooters gift shop. So, did it say like, what is it? Tacky yet delightfully unrefined on the on the front?
I wish, but no, it was just a standard cheetah.
Oh, well, see, that's more boring than I thought. I figured it would be Hooters.
No, you want to make it not boring?
What's that?
I was in high school.
Oh, well, there you go, buddy. There you go.
So she was a bad girl.
I went to high school with a gal who so like for the first few years of high school, I rode the bus. Okay.
The short one?
No. It was a regular sized bus.
I rode the short bus a couple of years.
I mean, those are more comfortable, but nonetheless, No, it was a regular full-size bus. However, my senior year I had a car, so that year I drove. There was a gal, I think her name was Nicole. She was a couple years ahead of me in high school.
It's one of my favorite names, by the way.
And when the Fairview Heights, Illinois Hooters opened up, she was one of the first crop of waitresses hired there. So a group of us from the bus, when we found out that was the case, we all went up and saw Nicole working at Hooters, and that was funny. That was amusing. She was not amused. We were very amused.
You were probably very amused.
We were very amused. It was funny. But anyway, I'm sorry. That was a
Okay.
nice little trip down memory lane I didn't count on. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, this is good for both of us. I think
know,
we're
right?
both remembering things here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this woman buys this teenager a thong, and that got I wore it one day as a joke. And I was like, "Dad, this is kind of comfortable." Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Not gonna lie.
And then, so this is gonna sound really messed up. I don't think I've ever really told this since high school.
Okay.
I started wearing thongs on Friday in high school. Friday was thong day.
Thong day. Fun underwear Friday. There you go.
Yeah, and it became a thing. And then the next thing you know, there's like 5 of us that are wearing thongs on Fridays.
Did you have PE? Like, I mean...
Yeah, the worst one, because like everybody knew I had like my purple bikini briefs that I wore for football games, because, I'm a free spirit.
Well, and if you're into football pants and everything, you don't want those unsightly underwear lines.
Dude, let me tell you what. The bikini briefs look stupid on guys. They feel amazing.
Okay, all right.
Because you don't have shit bunching up, but your thing can hang low, long. It's perfect.
Okay.
But the thong thing, I was doing powerlifting, and we had this powerlifting competition. We had to weigh in at like 7:00 in the morning. And always, like, you step on the scale, and if you don't make weight, you take an article of clothing off, and hoping, like, at some point you can make weight.
Mm-hmm.
And I was down to my shorts, and I was still like 0.2 pounds over. So my football coaches, all 3 of them were in the room with me, and they're like, "Take off the shorts." So I'm like,
no.
"Oh shit!
Oh no!
They're gonna find out." I took off my shorts, and I was just in a thong, and my football coaches they just fell on the ground laughing. I was like, "Oh, fuckers asked for it."
You guys asked for it. Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
So then the cat was kind of out of the bag, and this is also some redneck shit. So then Friday nights, me and the thong crew, we just bullshit chairs, like fold-up chairs.
Yeah.
And we would chuck them onto the roof of the high school.
Oh, God.
And then we would take a case of beer, and we would climb on top of the roof, and we'd all sit on the roof in our thongs on the high school and drink beer.
And you're making fun of Joel?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But then it was the big deal, like, and there's pictures of this out there.
I mean, you at least went to high school.
Yeah, I did. And I graduated.
I'm not saying that Joel didn't go to high school. I mean, I'm joking about it, but I don't think I suspect he did. I don't know.
No, he did.
I don't know otherwise. Okay.
He did, but it's North Carolina. Their standards are a little lower.
I gotcha. Okay.
But there's pictures out there, and I really hope they never find the internet, because thank God, this was like right before the internet was a thing.
Dude, I think that about a lot of shit I did in college. That thank God Facebook was in its infancy, and still in that you had to have a college email address.
Yeah.
It was only available to certain schools at the time, back when I was in college, because, oh my God, the amount of stupid shit that would be on the internet right now of me if I had full access to social media would be astronomical. But I'm so glad that's not the case. So anyway, I'm sorry. I keep interrupting.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
But so it was a thing for, senior year. So then the last day of high school, when the bell rang, the thong group, we all dropped trowel and in our last rooms, and then we all ran through the hallways together in our thongs, bare-assed. And then we took pictures underneath the school sign outside the front door.
God, this would
And,
make an awesome image for the pulpit, like, or for the episode. Like, you know how I do the promo image for the episode, but on the flip side, I don't know if I want a picture of high school Trey in a thong. You know, that seems borderline. You know, I'm gonna get a visit from Chris Hansen for that one, so I don't know if I want that.
I mean, I don't really want it out there for many reasons, but I mean, you know, it's the same as a bathing suit. You know,
It is. Well, I mean, you know,
Squirrel Man.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. It's the same as a bathing suit. So, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, no, really odd to get a thong question here on a random morning. And whoever that caller was, they nailed it on the head because yeah. Oh, and I forgot the best part of the story.
Okay.
My parents never knew.
Oh, so your football coaches and everybody at school knew, but your parents didn't know that you were.
No, but when I went to college, I forgot about the thong drawer.
Oh, did they clean out your room?
Oh yeah, there was a time like like in my second semester of college where like my mom called me crying and she's like, "What is this perverted thing that we found in your room?"
To which you're like, "You're gonna have to be a lot more specific, Mom."
Yeah, and I'm like, "What'd you find? What did you find?"
Exactly.
And she's like, you have a whole drawer of these nasty underwear. Like, oh, yeah, about that. There's about 30 thongs in there. I had to wear a different one every week.
Well,
keep it spicy.
Well, and I mean, my God, if your parents didn't know, you weren't putting them in the laundry.
No.
Oh, God, so she found a drawer full of 30 dirty underwear?
No,
thongs?
you only wear the thongs one time.
Yeah, but they're still dirty.
Well, technically, yeah.
You wore it.
Yeah, that's true.
It was a full day's worth of junk sweat.
Yeah.
So
yeah, there were some fancy ones in there, too.
Oh, my God. So, going back to the question, what's your favorite color there?
My favorite one was... it had black straps and a shiny red bag.
All right. Okay.
So
that sounds very Trey Mac-ish.
Yep. That was.
Do you still have that red coat?
No, I think I gave that away at an event.
I was gonna say I thought it was either that one or the white one that got given away. So. Okay.
Yeah, I think I gave both of them away at an event, the same event, actually.
Okay, all right. Well,
but I got a black one now.
Oh, fancy, stepping it up.
You never know. I need to get multiple colors. You know, I like to bring the heat.
I know you do. No, you definitely do. So.
Well, this has been entertaining.
Yes. Well, thank you so much for the call, Trey Mac. I really do appreciate it.
Okay, I'm gonna go back to work now.
Okay, well, thanks for taking time out. We appreciate it, and I appreciate hearing it straight from you, and I'm sure the listeners do too, because I kind of ended the episode saying that I was going to have to circle back and get back to him on that question, but no, this works out well. I'll tack this on at the end as an Easter egg, and everybody will be nice and pleased to be able to hear your dulcet tones and explain your love of thongs.
No, it wasn't that damn Pollock, was it?
It was not. It was not Jerry Pulaski. It was a voice I didn't recognize. Like I said, I'll see if I can forward the voicemail to you so that you can listen to it. Maybe you'll recognize the voice. But
oh God, it was Trent.
It was not.
Jesus.
No, it was not Trent either. It's nobody I recognize, dude. I could give you the phone number, but I'm not going to list it off over the air here. But
no, that's probably a bad idea.
Yeah, but. But I can give you the information, and you can double check. But it definitely was somebody who evidently knew that you have a love, or guessed very, very well that you had a love of thongs.
Yeah, this is disturbing. I need to know, and I might have to get a different phone number and send a picture to this person.
Well, there's some apps that you can get. It's like burner apps to where it like creates a phone number on your phone, and you can text and call from it. So
check it out.
Yeah, it's fun times. So anyway, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Okay. This has been awkward and fun. Thanks, brother.
No problem, dude. Always a pleasure.
All right, man. Later.